Hello guys, welcome back to News for the Unemployed. News I imagine you don't care about if you have a job.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no...
Now, I'm not gonna lie boys, this news actually happened about 2 weeks ago, but I thought it was so funny, I had to cover it. I just had to cover it. So the BAFTA Awards happened, and as Michael B. Jordan and this other guy were hosting the show, a random member of the audience rips the N-word hard R on full blast. And the audience went silent, bro. All you could see was Michael B. Jordan and this other guy trying to keep their composure.
Deborah and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
It felt like I was back in a Black Ops 2 search and destroy lobby, bro. Now this made rounds around the internet, but there's actually a lot more to the story. It's not just some racist old man yelling slurs at two black guys. The man in question is actually called John Davidson, and John Davidson has Tourette's. More specifically, a worse version of Tourette's called coprolalia, which makes people say very offensive words uncontrollably. So you know, it's not really his fault. I don't think this man is racist. He's just had a horrible condition that he cannot control, and that's as far as my opinions go. Do not attack 77 Deshay.
I have been seeing a bunch of outrage about it, people saying, oh, well, why would that even be in his vocabulary? He did that on purpose and all of this stuff, and that racism is to excuse. A very sad day for the Tourette syndrome community, especially for the ones that have coprolalia, because when you come online and you see thousands of people hating on your condition, specifically coprolalia, because that's something that is already very embarrassing for all of us. Not going to say that people can't be offended by the fact that somebody said the N-word as a tick. However, it's not something that somebody can control. It's not something that somebody wants to say. And I've been seeing a lot of people be like, well, he said it like when the crowd went silent. That is most likely when a tick is going to happen when you're in public, when you're in complete silence, or when you're trying not to say or do something.
Now, the man has been getting a lot of hate online since the incident, and I want to know what you guys think. Does he deserve it? Does he not? Leave it in the comments. Do not be afraid to share your opinion. Now, this is where things get weird. Turns out the BAFTA Awards weren't live, so the BBC could have very easily censored out this entire situation because they actually edited out a speech by one of the other actors who dedicated his entire session to Palestine. But they decided to keep in this poor man ripping the N-word at an award show. Something they knew could very well ruin his life.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Huge drama involving Alan Ritchson. Some of you new gens know him as Jack Reacher, but we old heads know him as Thad Castle from Blue Mountain State.
Who did that? Which one of you assholes just stuck his finger in my asshole?
I remember when I first got Netflix back in 2018, and one of the first shows I watched was Blue Mountain State. I watched that shit in the family living room, dog. And if you've ever watched Blue Mountain State, it is not the type of show you watch in the family living room at 15 years old. However, Alan is in a lot of trouble for allegedly beating the shit out of someone in a motorcycle accident. The rundown of the situation was that Alan was out riding with his two kids when this guy blocks them aggressively and pushes Alan off his bike twice. Then Alan obviously reacts and proceeds to defend himself and his two kids. Valid. Now, a video has circulated on the internet that only shows the part of the incident where Alan beats the shit out of the other guy, and people have obviously had their opinions. People have criticized Alan, calling him a roid-raging monster, because rightfully so. If nobody understood the context, all we see is Alan beating up a random guy. To make things even worse, the guy who started the entire situation has gone online playing victim and acting like he did nothing wrong, basically trying to present the situation as him being a victim who'd never heard assault, and Alan just beat the shit out of him for no reason.
I told him to slow down on his motorcycle, and it escalated quickly from there.
So you tell him to slow down, and he just punches you in the face totally unprovoked?
Not exactly. I stood in front of his motorcycle to stop him first.
You stood in front of a moving motorcycle?
Yes. And he did wipe out, but that was not my intention. I was just trying to take a stand before someone got hurt.
Kind of like he got hurt when you made him crash.
Again, that was not my intention.
Okay. So now you've caused him to crash, and he proceeds to punch you in the face?
No, not yet. I did push him first.
Wait, you pushed him?
Yeah, twice. He wasn't listening, you know? And then he just kicked the crap out of me.
And people kind of believed him because, again, nobody saw the entire clip. Until, however, Alan Ritchson's body cam footage was released and the story kind of shifted.
Are you fucking kidding me, bro? What? What? Stand in front of a fucking bike again, dude. But doing what? You threatened my fucking safety, bro. Are you kidding me? I should not be the fuck out of here. Go ahead, go out. Go ahead. I've called the BPD. I've called them already because you've been driving on this fucking neighborhood like a fucking lunatic. There's kids running around here. Go ahead.
And as you can see, my fellow British man was lying. Bro was not calm and collected. He was genuinely willing to sacrifice his life for the smoke. Guys, I have horrible news. News that would shock all of you to your very core. Chrisean Rock is a terrible mother. You might not know who Chrisean Rock is because you're on a different part of the internet, but she's basically Blueface's wife or something like that. She's an influencer best known for being a massive vibe killer no matter where she goes. For example, when she was on chrisean's stream and her behavior was so strange, you could see everyone in the room being visibly uncomfortable. But she has been popping up on the internet again because while she was pregnant, she was still a complete degenerate, drinking and smoking with absolutely no regard for the child she was carrying at the time.
Yourself together.
Where the bottle at?
Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just gonna get no liquor.
Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
But the child was born a couple of years ago, I think about 3, and he still cannot walk or talk or do basic things a 3-year-old should be able to do. Now, all this information was revealed in an interview where Chrisean Rock denies that her son has a disability and describes it as growing at his own pace. To which she is right, babies develop differently, but not being able to walk or talk at the age of 3 is cause for concern. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get 1K subs. Please, 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 please.
Please, 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 please.